Someone once told me I have boba-colored eyes. Now, when you first hear this, you might think, well, I'm Asian and I like boba, so that makes sense, right? Well, that's not, my black hair and my boba-colored eyes are not what makes me different. What does it mean to be different? I'm not talking about physical appearances. I'm talking about personality, the details that construct an individual. I am the girl that jams out to Taylor Swift. I am the driver that takes 4 tries to park a car, 3 on a good day. I'm also the person who loves Senate and is proud to call Creek my second family. I believe in being different. I believe in the uniqueness of individuality and the importance of uniting parts into a whole. Senate is not uniformity, but rather unity in differences. Senate is like a puzzle. When you first buy a big box of puzzle, you have thousands of little pieces. You have no idea what it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like. Then, after hard work and diligence, you put the puzzles together. You bring every member together, and then you can see the bigger picture. We are a team, and Senate would not be the same without each individual's contribution to the table. No matter if you're a freshman new to Creek or a senior on exec board, you have a say, and you have the power to make a change and bring your visions into reality. Another thing that is special is placing that final piece of puzzle. It's not always as easy as it seems. We all have moments when we disagree with each other. We adopt rigid positions and get locked into our own reality. When this happens, we choose being parts over the whole. This is when we turn into uniformity, when people choose to submerge their own values and simply do what they're told. I know what it's like to be different. I know it's like to sometimes be the one that doesn't fit in, the one on the outside of the norms, isolated by an invisible barrier so easy, yet so hard to cross. I'm sure we've all had that experience. You're hanging out with your friends and they start making judgments about people based on assumptions. Now, you could just go along with it, or you can speak up for what is right. It takes nothing to be a bystander, but it takes so much courage to go against the flow. This strength is what constructs our individuality. When you take the easy path, you're submerging your own beliefs. Instead of being a puzzle of a unique shape, you turn into a square that looks like everything else. When my ideas happen to differ, I do not fall under peer pressure. In this situation, I will speak up to my friends and tell them they should not be making assumptions about people. Everyone has their own story and is fighting their own battle. Everyone is unique, and we should appreciate the differences that make us who we are. I don't settle my values to fit in. Just like when people tell me, you're a bad driver, I say, no, I'm a driver in progress. Now, I could just list all the achievements and qualifications that make me suited for this position, but I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing those in these speeches. Instead, I want to focus on my passion for Creek and what I see ahead. The student body president is not just a label. He or she is a person who represents Creek and unites our diversity into one whole. I want to be that figure. I want to make Creek a more accepting place that everyone calls home. But why me? Why can't this change start with voting for me as your next student body president? When I was a freshman, I was timid and scared. The upperclassmen were in charge, and I thought that's how it always has been. As a sophomore, I was finally more involved. I still felt like I was simply following directions instead of making my own statement. This year as a junior, I'm a leader of committees. I made my best attempt to foster teamwork and inclusion so everyone is part of the whole. Next year as a senior, I want to really bring about the idea of unity in diversity and differences. I want everyone to have the ability to make an impact. I want everyone to contribute to the bigger picture. I want to unite the 3,700 different pieces of puzzles to form one common image of Creek that everyone calls home. But additionally, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you, seniors, for giving me this incredible opportunity and for being the individuals and leaders I look up to the most. Thank you, Dr. K and Mr. Weiss, for putting up with our chatty level 20s every day and being our guardian. Thank you, Abby, for being the most supportive friend and opponent I could ask for. And finally, thank you, Senate, for being my second family and the one class I look forward to the most every single day. Finally, I would like to conclude with a quote from Gucci. Quality is remembered long after price is forgotten. I want to be a leader that makes a lasting impact at Creek. In 10 years, our names might be forgotten, but the legacies we leave will forever be remembered. Join the Gucci Gong and vote Gong as our next student body president.
Okay, Melanie, what is one way in which you have displayed leadership in Senate?
I think past year as junior class president, one of the main responsibilities I had was organizing concession stands, and many of you probably still remember how hectic that can get when we don't have enough students and parent volunteers. So to avoid that, I made sure I text each member like individually before game to make sure they're good for the whole night. And whenever they have a conflict, I tried my best to help them work around it, whether that meant filling in for them myself or like getting friends like outside of Senate to come and help. And just like this entire this season of concession stands has really taught me the importance of effective communication and teamwork. Each one of your contributions is what made this season successful, and we could not have done it like, by just one person.
Okay, how will you make Creek a safe, inclusive, and united environment for the whole student body?
I think it's important that since we are the student leaders that people look up to, we have to set examples for others to follow. Like it could just mean like saying hi to someone when you see them, or like just complimenting someone. You want to be that figure that people can turn to for support or trust with their difficulties. And I feel like if everyone sets that example for the other people, it's like contagious. It'll spread, and it'll like foster a more inclusive environment where everyone feels included.